my friends, and welcome to part two of Peru. I am on my way to Machu Picchu via Cusco, and I'm taking you along with me as we travel through this little town. We will see lots, but especially we'll get to see Machu Picchu. As you can see, I'm on my way to my hotel, and these little narrow roads are for real tiny. There were times where I just had to turn my body and lean up against the wall. So, small, tiny roads. Anyway, this is my room at the Antigua Casano San Blas, and it's actually a two-bedroom room. I have the queen size downstairs or king size, and then upstairs there's a loft with the queen size bed and everything that you could need, extra blankets and all of that, because it does get a little chilly since I'm up in elevation now. The little patio or balcony, yeah, everybody can open and we can all see into each other's rooms. So yeah, make a point to keep those curtains closed. But anyway, it's a beautiful little courtyard area, and you're only there to sleep anyway. So nice view, and then always something unique like those skulls. Those are the people that failed to pay their bill. Inca Cola, a must try in Peru. It tastes like bubble gum. Anyway, very sweet. As we continue, we get a chance to see just how tight those roads are as these cars negotiate moving through the traffic or the little one lane there. This is Aguas Calientes. It is a little area or town that I go to take the train heading up to Machu Picchu. Coca tea and coca candy are essential to combat altitude sickness. One of the tours of many before Machu Picchu were these ruins, and the name is pronounced Sexy Woman, at least that's what tourists say, to help remember the tricky pronunciation. I thought that was funny. And so, but wide open, beautiful space. I was there in October, so not too hot, not too cold. You needed a jacket, long sleeves, but it offered very interesting sights and just seeing the stonework. And there was no mortar holding any of these together, and they have existed for hundreds of years. Then we moved on to Puka Pucara, again, another cultural site. This was a military base or facility, and just a few snapshots from that. And then Tambo Maca. Anyway, I love this one because it had the little waterfall. I don't know if you can see it in the video there. But the spring was kind of fed up from underground, and then it caused the waterfall. But very special place. And then, of course, my favorite, llamas and alpacas. Llamas everywhere. And it was just so cool to get close to them and get pictures. And who knew that there were all of these varieties of llamas and alpacas? But we went to a place that educated us. That's where they sleep. And yeah, there are those cute little guys. I actually had alpaca meat for dinner. Not these guys, but that were raised, and it was better than steak, just so you know. But just adorable. And then this place takes the hair or the fur, and you can see the young lady here kind of unwinding it and making it into these yarns, and they dye them using organic methods, boiling water and like green plants or whatever the color is, and they boil them and then dye the wool or the yarn, and then able to make the most amazing sweaters and scarves and all kinds of things. This man, homemade, like, operation here, making wooden tools and utensils. I was so impressed with, like, his work, bringing back the traditions of the old days and showing it to those who arrive. Lots of weaving. These ladies, I understand, they have no pattern to follow. These are designs that are in their head that they basically create all of these wonderful things. And so when we stopped at the store, Sol Alpaca, I did buy a few things. Then we moved on to the Pisac ruins. And again, we're at like 11,000 feet elevation. And I can tell you, I was out of breath pretty much the whole time. I'd take a good going, and then I'd ask my guide, Sonia, okay, let's stop. Let me catch my breath. We went to have lunch at this wonderful little cafeteria that had, again, wonderful views. And picarones, they're like, I don't know, fried donuts, but thinner and tastier. Anyway, I had probably 4 or 5 or maybe 10 of those. And the little sauce is like a chocolate sauce, and absolutely delicious. And then we moved into the town of Ollantaytambo. This is kind of the last stop before hitting Machu Picchu, and lots of people there, interesting ruins to check out. And now we are at my hotel there in Ollantaytambo. Small, functional, and the most comfortable bed. Everything you need is there, and it gave a good night's sleep to prepare for the day ahead. Had a delicious dinner of pasta to fuel up, and then the next day, voila! We made it! Machu Picchu, everyone. And I am so excited, as you can tell. Words can't fully describe it. I felt like I was in a postcard. And so at this point, it probably is best for me to stop talking, except to say thank you to Sonia, who was my guide. She got me there. And I will just let you enjoy all that I see. And this is just a small portion. As you can see, this place is huge, and you are just seeing a fraction of what I was able to see. And now I am back on the train, headed back into town to take on my next adventure. And that was the next day adventure, but riding this quad through the desert with the Andes right there. I mean, what an experience. How do you describe this to people? I had a wonderful lunch at this little place called Mountain View Mara, and I had a salmon ceviche, yes, that, and trout for lunch with those delicious potatoes, and even dessert, a three-course meal that was part of a package. And then I went on to tour the Moray ruins, which was quite a view. More walking uphill, out of breath, but my guide insisted getting me walking up the hill. And so, yeah, that was all I could do was wave. I was out of breath. But look at the view. It was super windy. They call it the windy season, but those are the Andes. And then we went to Mara Sal, and these are the Mara salt mines or salt area. All of that white is salt. And families own a plot or two, and they basically harvest salt. As the water dries out, the salt is harvested and sold. As I wander through town in my last remaining hours before I get taken back to Lima and to the airport, I'm wandering through town in the early morning to just cement the views and some memories in my brain. Again, over 60, traveling solo to Peru. You can do it if I can. Be sure to share, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. And more videos to come on my channel.